Hey guys, so I was going to talk about this another time, but I kind of had this like uncontrollable urge to just talk about this album right now. And you know, it might be a little dark right here. That's probably better. Okay, so I've got a few new reviews coming up in a few weeks. I got another CD coming in the mail that I really want to talk about. But for right now, I've been listening to Kimbra lately. Yeah, of course I really liked her and somebody I used to know, Gautier. And I had heard about her prior to that, but I had just seen her music video for Cameo Lover, and I thought that was like one of the best songs ever by a woman pop artist, like a million times better, beat out like everything Katy Perry has ever done or anybody like that. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and buy this. So I bought her album, and mixed reviews on it, really, mixed feelings, I guess I should say. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's kind of picky and choosy for me, though, if that makes sense. Here's the thing, I mean, you could tell that, like, in my videos, I listen to a lot of underground stuff. I listen to a whole bunch of music that isn't, like, played on the charts, CDs that you can't get in stores, junk like that. That's kind of a thing with me. I don't know why I do it. It's just something that appeals to me. And I look to artists like this to try to, like, get me out of the mainstream sound. Like, I don't like Alicia Keys, I don't like Beyonce, I don't like any mainstream women pop artists. I don't know why, they just don't appeal to me. For example, the second song on this album, Something in the Way You Are, it sounds a whole lot like a mainstream pop song, and it's not something that I want to hear from Kimbra. It's not that the song is necessarily bad, it's just not something that I look for in this artist, I guess I should say. Just like I don't listen to Mumford & Sons when I want to hear some dubstep. It just doesn't make sense. Luckily, that's about the only song on this album that I can say that about. So that's not really a huge issue, it's just something that I kind of wanted to bring up. Moving on with the rest of the tracks, I think all the singles on this album are just incredible. The opening song, Settle Down, that's really great. It has a great music video. Cameo Lover, it's one of the best songs I think she's ever done, and I think it's going to remain one of the best songs she's ever done. And the music video for that is just spectacular. I love the music video for that song. Same thing with Good Intent. Good Intent is like, it comes so close to outbeating Cameo Lover. Those songs are just so epically awesome. The deep cuts just do not measure up to the singles. I can tell that she spent a whole lot more time on these certain songs than she did maybe the other songs on this album. They released a lyric video for Two-Way Street, which is the like fourth song on this album, and I gotta say, that song is too long. Instrumentation-wise, it's really cool. In the production style, there's like things hidden away in the background and instruments that you can barely hear if you're not listening really closely, and that's really cool. But it's a 4-minute long song, and I swear, by like 2 minutes 45 seconds, 3-minute area, I'm ready for it to end. It just kind of drags on, and I get kind of bored with it. The song Old Flame is really good. I really enjoyed that song. The reverb on her voice, the highs and lows, the melody throughout the song, I just thought that was great. Old Flame, that's a good song. The song Plain Gold Ring, it has a very repetitive like guitar melody. Dum bum 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 bum. It does that like throughout the entire song. But I will give it props because it's a live recording that's on the album, and man, it's hard to tell. Like it would be hard to tell this version apart from the studio version. Her band is tight. They can really play live. So I will give it props for that. The song Come Into My Head is like the hardest song I think Kimbra has ever done. It is rocking. It's an awesome little song. The trumpets is really upbeat and fast. It's one of the hardest songs I think Kimbra's done, and I really love it. After this song, things just go like downhill for me. The song Sally, I Can See You, the verses are just wonderful. I love the melody of the verses are perfect. It's just the chorus. the part that everybody looks forward to in a song. I just wanted to change the melody of that so bad. Just like listening to it, I was expecting things to be different, and she takes it in a different road that I don't necessarily like it in. It needs to be something different. I don't know. I can hear it in my head. I know what I want to change it to. It just doesn't play out like that, and I don't really like it. I don't know. The reason I'm being so disappointed in this thing is because I expected Kimbra to be the kind of artist to have passion. I don't know why. It's just something in her music, like in her singles and everything that she does, I could tell that this album was going to be something that was just like, I don't know, from the norm. And maybe I just had too high expectations. I thought this album was going to be perfect. I was really thinking this was going to be a 10 out of 10 album for some reason. And I don't know why now that I have listened to it. The song Posse is kind of... It's a good song, but at the same time I don't care for it. I don't know how to explain that really well. It's just something that I would skip, I guess you can say. Same thing with the next song on this album called Home. I would skip that too. I just don't... They're just not memorable, I guess. I just, like, forget them. You know, it's... I don't know. I just don't care about those two songs, really. The song The Build Up, I can get why she would want to close with this. It's the slowest song on the album. It kind of reminds me a whole lot of, I Think You're Contra, off of Vampire's Weekend album Contra. It's got like a slow instrumental thing, but she's like kind of speaking words over it, kind of like, you know, the Contra song. It reminds me a whole lot of that, but it has a really quiet ending. I can get why she'd want to end with that, I just don't really like the song as much. So that's it for the standard edition of the album. The song Warrior, the bonus track, which also happened to be a Converse thing, just like Gorillaz did with Do Your Thing. I thought that song was just explosively awesome. Warrior's a great track. I don't know the other two artists that she did the song with, though. I'm not sure who those two were, but the song is great. I love Warrior, so that was the bonus track on the version that I have. So I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. It's really picky and choosy for me. I just prefer the singles so much more than I do most of the other songs on this album, except for Old Flame and Come Into My Head. Those two songs, great. Those two unsingles, those are great songs. I love them. To go along with Settle Down and Cameo Lover and Good Intent, Old Flame, Come Into My Head, those songs are just incredible. Honestly, if you left all the rest of the album, then I wouldn't complain that much, sadly. So, I don't know, I'm feeling about a 5 out of 10 on this album. I mean, it's something that I'll probably come back to, but I don't feel like I really care enough to re-listen to some of these songs. So, this is my review. A little bit harsh, but I critiqued it to death, I think. What did you think of this album? I know a whole lot of people probably loved the whole thing. There was just something about it that didn't quite get to me. So, whatever. I'm going to be doing another review pretty soon here. I got a new electronic album that I want to talk to you guys about. So, yeah. I will see you then. Peace, guys.